And now it's time for the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue. Knowledge, experience, integrity, dedication. For rental and sales, call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey Lifeguard news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years. Let's go to the sports hotline and welcome in my co-host on the live broadcast, former chief of the Longport Beach Patrol and a good buddy of ours, Dan Adams. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Billy. What a great night. What a great night of racing.
Wow. I got to tell you, one indelible imprint that I have in my head is looking at the size of that crowd last night on the beach was phenomenal.
Yeah, the crowd was awesome. And, shout out to Chief Smallwood and the Margate Beach Patrol. 2 weeks in a row, throwing a great event, and then having the after party. It just made everything good, and it probably had something to do with the crowd being a little bigger.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a great night. It was beautiful weather, and we saw Jack and Joe Seville from Brigantine win the doubles. McGrath and Sean Duffy came in second. Gary Nagel and Dave Julian from Avalon came in third. Hayden Smallwood, Bob Bechtel from Margate fifth, and the Blair brothers from Atlantic City, Sean and Rick, came in fifth. The doubles was the first race of the night, and we're going to go ahead and play an interview with Jack and Joe Seville. Guess what, Dan? These guys are going to be around for some time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We look forward to it.
All right, here we go.
The beach tonight with the winners of the 2023 Beach Patrol Championships, South Jersey, and the brothers.
Jack Seville and then Joey Seville, my stern partner.
Jack and Joey Seville, and their father, Paul, was the former rower, and I'm sure he's thrilled to death that they're rowing in the South Jerseys and winning. They've had a great season.
Yeah, I'm just so happy to finally just win a race for South Jersey for Brigantine. I think at the meeting today they said it was something like 32 years since Brigantine has won South Jersey, so game's not over yet. Still singles and swim. So I'm just so happy to do this. Had a special moment with my brother Joey and with the BCBP.
You guys are repeating from last week at the Margate Memorials, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Your race last week at the Margate Memorials with the double wave that you caught at the end was epic. And I know it wasn't the jerseys, but that was special to watch.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of what we've been missing out on all year. Like we got past all year on waves. Good to get the waves on my back on my side.
Great job, man. Reporting from the locker room on ESPN 97.3, I'm Paul Sweeney.
And I want to thank Paul Sweeney. Did a great job with the interview. But Dan, what a race in the doubles. I mean, these guys are very impressive. They're not big in stature, but they know how to row.
Yeah, they're both rowing for Cornell in the crew, part. But, let's talk about them. We talked about them every week. Those two, the worst finish they had all season was second place in a race. Right. They had a great season to cap it off in the Margates and in the Jerseys to get first place 2 weeks in a row. It's unbelievable. And like you said, we're going to see them around for a while. Yeah. We're going to see them in the future. They're definitely going to be part of South Jersey Lifeguard Racing.
Now, I'll never forget, Dan, when you won your first South Jersey Championship and the euphoric feeling and the pride that you felt. Obviously, you were very emotional. We saw a little bit out of Kip Emick, Chief Emick from Brigantine. Very emotional last night and very proud he had his chest out.
Absolutely. And, Kip's a good friend. I've known Kip in the lifeguard business for a long time, being a lifeguard myself for 32 years through, into 2018. And Kip's just always been top notch, and he's done a great job with that program over there in Brigantine. And for them to win it is unbelievable. I think it goes back to actually them hosting it goes back to the early 80s. They might have been a co-champion in 92 or something, but, great for them and great for Kip. And Seville and Canavan, those two groomed the Seville brothers to be what they are, and they're awesome. And they really did a great job, and they shined last night for sure.
By the way, in '92, it looks like it was a three-way tie between Ocean City, Brigantine, and Avalon that year.
Yeah, who hosted though? Does it say there?
It doesn't say who hosted, but yeah, that's the last time though. I said that Chief Emick, You got a spot for us on the beach next year? Because ESPN's coming.
Absolutely. And like I said last night, and I'll reach out to Chief Fuller from the Brigantine Fire. I believe they have a storm truck or something, but we'll make sure we get set up so we can be there and be a part of that. And, hey, August 9th, 2024, Brigantine will be hosting the South Jersey Championships.
That's great for Brigantine. And I talked to Chris Graves a little bit last night. Of course, you know, Graves and Chuck Gowdy dominated the two-man lifeboat race for several years. And I said, you know what, Chris, it's like a changing of the guard. Because you look at the doubles crews, the Blair brothers, Gary Nagel and Dave Gillian from Avalon, Brigantine with the Savell boys, McGrath and Duffy, seasoned veterans who've been around, and they've won their share. Hayden Smallwood and Bob Bechtel. I mean, the O's were Danny Rogers and Pat Scanapicchio, Bakey and Tom Lake, and then, of course, you've got Klecko, which we had in the truck, but it's a lot of new blood.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at that, though, the top 5 finishers last week and this week were the same. They just kind of switched spots a little bit. And, you know, not to say that they've been dominating, but the Atlantic County beaches have had top 4 finishers in all these big races in the doubles rows and the singles rows. So something to say about Atlantic County and the rowing and their involvement in rowing.
And then, of course, the swim was funny because we all assumed that Zach Vassar was in first place. And, of course, Dolan Grisbaum, who won the event last year. Dylan DeWitt from Ocean City came in fourth. But Charlie Schreiner from Atlantic City had us all fooled. And Paul Sweeney got an opportunity to interview him after the race.
I'm here with Charles Schreiner, the 2023 open water swim champ from Atlantic City. He did a great job. He stood in the beginning of the pack, kind of got out to the flag, and then when he turned the flag, he turned it on the way back. Is that about where it went?
Yeah, pretty much. Zach and I, the Margaret Swimmer, really just pressed going out to that swim flag, really wanted to just push it. That was our strategy going into it. And then just turning, I knew I was going to have a really strong back half just from the way I train. I just wanted to push it coming into the doubles flags and then just push it pretty much everything I have left coming in just to get here as fast as I could to get in first, to really die trying and just give it the best shot I had to win and get our points.
How much fun is it swimming with all the guys that you know?
Oh, it is so much fun. Like, I can't even explain it. Like,
your guys are all buddies.
Oh, yeah.
It was almost like, who is this? Congratulations.
It's a celebration for all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're up at 6 o'clock in the morning from 6 to 8 to train every day this summer. I mean, it's tough.
What club
For
team?
the ECC Hawks with
Okay.
Brian Elko. But it's tough. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's brutal, but it makes it so much better knowing that we're all there together. We're all going through the same training. We're all struggling. So then when we come out here and we're able to race, we're really just able to have fun like we do in practice and just enjoy it. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're really, really competitive with each other, but we're all just happy for everyone and really enjoy it.
And that's it. From Charlie, Kicks Butt, reporting from the locker room on 97.3 ESPN, I'm Paul Sweeney.
Paul, like I said, Paul did a great job. But one point that he made, Dan, is the fact that these guys are all friends. They all know each other. That's not how it used to be. I mean, we had Rob Montgomery from Ocean City up in the truck with us last night during the race, and he was saying everybody back in the day was from somewhere else. They didn't know each other. So it was more of like a fierce, like these guys all know each other.
Yeah, and we watched that during the pre-race warm-ups and that. They were actually together. They were taking pictures. They were laughing. They were having a great time. But we talked about it. As soon as that horn went off, that friendship's left there at the finish line, and maybe it picks up when it comes back. The only thing we missed last night was Charlie Schreiner's cap color.
Yeah,
we wrote down everybody's cap color, and we didn't have his. So that's why we thought it was Vassar. But I'll tell you, as soon as he stood up, I knew it wasn't him, just by the frame and by his demeanor. And, once he got closer, we were able to call the finish. But, I apologize to Charlie. We were calling Zach Vassar all the way.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Because we thought that it was the swim cap. But, what a great swim. They all 5 swimmers that finished in the top 5 did a great job. And they were all there. And,
and Dan, how important James Haney came in 5th place. He gets a point. And that's the difference. I mean, they got 1 point. That 1 point was pretty big.
Yeah, that's the first time in a while going into the singles race. We had a 3-way tie with 6 points, and then 2 other crews with 4 points right behind. That's the first time that's happened in a number of years in the South Jersey Championship. But hey, that's what it's all about. That's what the public wants to see. They want to see that race go down to the wire, and it did. And, hey, Margate had an opportunity to win the event in the singles. Chris Spires was up, and, he broached and veered on a little wave, and, Savell went right by. We weren't sure up in the truck who won the singles. It was a toss-up. In the end, speaking to the officials, it was pretty clear, that I think 5 out of the 6 officials had Savell winning, and 1 had Mike McGrath. So, hats off again to Jack Savell for winning, and hats off to Mike McGrath and Chris Spires for rowing a great race and being right there, as they always are, each and every week.
Just to let Mike Carlin, you're not really familiar with the racing, but when you say the word broach, when you're catching a wave, you want to keep the boat straight. A lot of times, if you don't get the oar buried, oar in the water, your boat turns sideways.
You could be in trouble.
And
you may flip it.
Yeah. Which we saw.
Yeah, we were
last
talking
week.
about that last night. Chris Graves and I were talking about that a little bit. And, you have to make that instantaneous decision on what you're going to do, whether you're going to jump back, whether you're going to try and steer it from the seat, or you're going to row right through it. And sometimes rowing right through it is the best option, depending on the size of the wave, because it keeps the boat moving, the momentum going straight, and you can adjust and react accordingly because you're already in the seat and you're already in your brake.
But see, the thing is too, and Mike Carlin, like, when he says when you put the oars in, if it's a big wave, you got to get to the stern sheet. You have to. If you don't get that oar in there, you can't keep. It's like your rudder. You can't keep that oar straight, that boat straight. So that's the decision. It's instantaneous. You got to do it right away.
And we were talking about later in the evening. We were talking about the 1987 South Jersey Championships in Ocean City, and the waves were like 2 stories tall. I mean, this was an unbelievable day, and Steve Brown ended up winning that singles race on an unbelievable wave. I think out of the 15 crews in doubles and singles, maybe only 6 or 7 got out in both races.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it was. And I still remember Oves, the father of one of the boys rowing last night, was rowing in that race, and he had to come in and dump his boat, or maybe it was Sheffer, because Sheffer and Oves rowed together.
Yeah.
But they had to come in and dump their boat, before they went back out. So it was crazy. And, hey, that's boat racing. Each week it could be different conditions, and you got to prepare for everything you may come across.
Oh, I want to thank Dan. It's been a great. We started the Beach Patrol way back on Memorial Weekend, and we bring it all the way through till the South Jersey Championships. Of course, there's one more big race left. It's more of a fun race. It's the Goudies next week in Ventnor, and then that's it for the Beach Patrol for this year. And I want to thank you for helping us along this long and winding road of racing, competitive racing down here at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and Billy, I want to thank you for allowing me and giving me the opportunity to be a part of this. I look forward to this every summer, and I look forward to it each and every week to get out there and be a part of the team. Hey, one final question. Yeah. Did you go with vanilla or chocolate ice cream?
I went with the chocolate.
Okay.
Hey, listen, also, I want to say thank you to John McShane, former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, and former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Jack Brooks, who's the current president of the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. It was a great job you guys did. Of course, Chief Stocks from Wildwood came up to visit us. Rob Montgomery, a former champion in the swim, was up there. John Millar and Josh Henning and Danny Ryan for pulling up. But I want to thank the city of Margate as well for allowing us to have access. It was a great night last night.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to Chief Smallwood and his crew for putting the race on. And I'll give them a shout-out again to Mayor Collins, Commissioner Horn, and Commissioner Blumberg for allowing the Beach Patrol to put on this event, allowing us to have the opportunity to, do the live broadcast. Without everyone's cooperation and help, we wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you to all of them as well.
All right, Dan, we'll see you. We'll see you at the Goudies next week. But then I'm looking forward to next year on the beach in Brigantine for the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships.
August 9th, 2024. Mark the calendar.
Book it. All right, Dan. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, Billy. You got it. Take care.
There he is, former chief of the Longport Beach Patrol, Dan Adams. And I got to tell you, just the excitement that was generated with all the beach. You hear the guards, or the particular from the town screaming. It was a lot of fun last night.